Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Board Game Breakfast. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm the podfather of gaming, Stephen Bonacore.
And with us today, we have special guest Stephen Ekman. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It is our pleasure. We're glad to be here. It seems like a bit since we've done a Thursday breakfast, but I think it's just been 2 weeks. But these things
That's a bit.
You want to see a bit? All right. Anyhow. This episode of Board Game Breakfast is sponsored by Bezier Games, specifically Cat in a Box. And folks, my review of Cat in a Box is going up in a couple days. But I'll tell you what, this game, we just went to a little small convention, and it was one of the hits of that convention. And the complaints were there was not enough copies of it yet. But it is fantastic. All the cards in the game are black. You pick the color of the cards when you play them. And it's really, really fun. It's one of the best trick-taking games I've played in a long time.
Schrodinger's card game.
It is based on Schrodinger's cat, which I assume, as any ordinary person would, it's dead.
No.
So, if you put a cat in a box, which you should not do, it's going to die.
You have never owned a cat. Cats go in boxes, and they love them in there. It's
but
amazing.
if you close the box and tape it shut and throw it into the river, the cat is dead.
Why would one do such a horrible thing to the cat,
Tom? I don't
Tom?
know why.
Schrodinger was a monster. That's what you guys don't realize.
Clearly.
Schrodinger was the arch villain of cats.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, if you're watching this, we will not be doing this breakfast next week because we'll be at Gen Con. We are doing a live show at Gen Con. There are still seats left for that if you want to come to that. And, of course, we'll have a booth there. You can swing by and say hi to us there. With that being said, let's get into the show because there's a game show coming, and we've all been threatening each other off screen. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a contest, Roy says. You can enter a contest to win a copy here of the Werewords Deluxe Edition. All right, so this is a copy of Werewords Deluxe Edition where you're playing 20 questions with a trader. This is for folks in the U.S. And all you have to do to enter this contest, as you can see here, is put emails at contest@dicetower.com, put the subject words in the subject, and answer the question. Where's the question? What year was Werewords a top 3 finalist for the Spiel des Jahres, the game of the year in Germany? I'll give you a hint. It's been in the last decade. So you can narrow it down. It tells me the answer here.
Yes, what is it?
Don't say it, Tom. Don't say it out
What's
loud.
the answer? Let's help people out here. You're not helpful.
20, and that's all I'll give you. I'll give you two of 4 digits. That's pretty good.
That's half
pretty good.
The answer. Yeah, that's great.
Actually, I'll go farther. 21. 201. You just got to fill in that 4th digit.
That's
all right.
3 of the 4 digits. You guys are going to do fine when my game show comes around. 3 of the 4? That's great.
Speaking of the game show, it will be here in just a minute. But first, let's listen to these folks.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, today we're going to be talking about Aeon. This is a hero crafting game. You're going to be able to kind of construct your deck, build your deck up, much like an LCG or a CCG ahead of the game. And you use those specialized characters that you've created in order to fight one another. All right, as you guys know, we like to talk about what we're trying to do to be healthier people. And I was at Origins a couple weeks ago, and I saw this huge area that was laid out for LARPing. And I was just wondering, I saw these people like working up a sweat big time, right? And I thought to myself, that would be a really fun and interesting way to exercise. So I want to know if any of you guys have tried LARPing, if there's any kind of cardio health benefits to it, or if is it dangerous? I don't even know. Do you get hurt? These are foam weapons, but these guys are hitting really, really hard. So I want to know what your experiences are with LARPing, if you think it'd be a fun way to get into getting some cardio in. All right, back to the game. Yeah, so you are there's this board, you're running around on this board trying to fight the other character, but you are in between games. You are trying to customize your deck, make it your own, add in certain cards, take out certain cards that don't work for your strategy, make it your own so that way you can have the best possible strategy against your opponent. There's also different boxes, and you can combine them and mix and match them to make the best customizations.
Yeah, I like how you do get to run around the board board, and your cards can interact with the board as well to make things happen. There's like, you can make these tiles enchanted, right? And at first, in the first gameplay I had, I thought that was a bad thing. Like, I'm enchanting somebody, and then I realized whenever somebody moves in there, something good happens. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just put all these enchantments around you, and I'm helping you so much. So maybe like read the whole little card before you do random things like that, and then you won't be helping everybody.
Yeah, I loved how the different terrain was laid out, how you could move from place to place, and you could actually lay traps or lay resources on top of the board itself, so that way it was constantly different and changing as you were moving around the board. I thought that was really, really cool.
If you like two-player duel games, this is definitely one that you'll want to check out. Until then, if you want to find or hear more from us, you can find us on YouTube. We are Ryan Bethany, Board Game Reviews. Everybody, this is Ryan. I'm Bethany. Hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast. Bye, guys.
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about Railroad Inc. or Railroad Inc. Challenge, but in particular, these boards, these extra boards that you can purchase. So you can get this off Board Game Geek, which is where I got mine. And they are double-sided, sort of giant epic boards. So you've got this side, which is just absolutely massive. It's just a normal Railroad Inc. Challenge board. So it's got like the different symbols on. So if you've not played Challenge, that's basically what these are. But then on the reverse, you've got an entirely awesome map with mountain spaces and multiple of those central scoring regions. But I love the idea that such a simple game of Railroad Inc. then got the extra things of the symbols for the challenge mode, got those challenge cards, and then there's even something that can extend that again in terms of having these mountain spaces. They really change up sort of the way you have to think about the game because they're extra links to the outside, which means you can create humongously joined routes and networks to score lots of points. It's just quite interesting, and it makes like quite cool story-ish sort of moments. Like this city in the middle here, well, that's surrounded by mountains, but you can still link it up to your network. I just really like that. And for not too much money, a few expansion boards like this just add even more to what is quite a big family of Railroad Inc. games. But what are your thoughts on sort of games getting extra little bits of content like this? Let us know in the comments section below and enjoy the rest of your breakfast.
All right, everybody, welcome back to You Are Wrong. We've got a panel today of specialists, of particularly well-informed people who are all going to be posed some questions. I really doubt they're wrong. Let's go ahead and jump into it. These folks know their stuff. We're going to begin with Stephen Bonacore today, a well-known connoisseur of all things fine. He knows his stuff. He owns islands and stables and, likes to buy and sell yachts for fun, just for kicks. So today, the question is, Stephen, with your equestrian background, what is the top speed of a horse in miles per hour, of course?
What is the top speed of a horse?
Of a horse.
In miles per hour. That is a great question because I am actually a thoroughbred racing aficionado.
Oh, you're a thoroughbred, all right.
Many have called me that. See, thank you. I'm going to say that the top speed of a horse, which was a thoroughbred, they're the fastest ones out there. I'm going to say it is 48 miles per hour.
48 miles per hour. Stephen Bonacore, you are wrong.
It's close. It's close.
You might be close, but you're still wrong. It's faster than that. You're talking about a gimpy horse. I'm talking about the fastest horse there is. It is, in fact, faster than that. And now we are going to go to Mr. Eggman and Mr. Vassal, back and forth between you, pushing that value until one of you wants to back off. because the other one is simply wrong. They've gone too far. They've put booster rockets on this horse. So, Mr. Ekman, you are first. It is higher than 48 miles per hour.
I will say 52.8 miles per hour.
Oh, he sounds like a man who was there. 52.8 miles per hour.
He rode the horse that you came in on.
He was.
I gotta say, I don't know that. I almost feel like calling him now just because I would have guessed lower. I mean, we're saying a horse can run as fast as a car. I mean, 50 miles an hour is really fast.
You know how I can actually do the calculation, like, because I know what they do in a quarter mile, like in a thoroughbred race, approximately.
Well, that's why you got to ask the question.
I'm gonna call it, Z.
You're gonna call it at 52.8 miles per hour.
I think it's real
I thought
close.
It was much higher.
No, it can't be.
It is indeed very close, but it is 55 miles per hour.
Ooh,
55 miles per hour. That means, Mr. Ekman, you have a point, sir.
That's where the speed limit comes from, 55.
That's what that's like.
exactly
The speed limit based on how fast the horse go. You can't go faster than a horse coming down the road with you.
You've heard of horsepower? Well, get a clue. Okay, that's where it comes from. Also, when they first invented highways, horses used to be faster, about 70 miles per hour. They've degraded over time. Stephen Ekman, I have a question for you, sir. You are, of course, a pundit on all things board game related. So I have a question for you. Cascadia just won the Spiel des Jahres for the best game of the year in the German awards. And my question is, according to BGG, as of last night when I did this, how many logged plays are there of Cascadia?
How many logged plays of Cascadia on BGG? Well, let's see.
You've been at most of these plays, I'm sure.
Well, I've logged 3, so let me keep counting.
Okay, it's higher than 3.
Let's see. Okay.
Oh, he said 3, so now we can start guessing.
No. I want to make a. Oh wow. All right. I'm just gonna say 32,000.
32,000 plays of Cascadia. You are so wrong.
Of course I am.
It is higher than that.
Whoa!
I would have absolutely said it had to be lower than that. Logged plays.
Logged plays. It is higher than that. We are going to go to Mr. Tom Vassell for the first higher guess than 32,000. How many logged plays of Cascadia on Board Game Geek?
33,334.
Oh, that last logged play really messed things up. I like my symmetry.
35,000.
35,000. Mr. Tom Vassell.
36,667.
What a jerk this guy is. Okay.
He's a jerk. 38,000.
All right. Tom.
39,876.
I like that one too, yes.
42,000.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's impossible, he says. 42,000 logged plays? No one's ever heard of such a thing.
It was impossible at the
It's
first
higher.
number.
It's higher.
Guys, number of logged plays on Board Game Geek as of last night, there's probably a couple more. 68,744.
I got to make a statement
Wow.
here. For the record, y'all need to get a life if you're logging that many plays. That's my number one game of last year, but holy crap.
It's not from one person. I should point that out, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm a little confused to who you're telling to get a life here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you're not going to get a life, but you're going to get a point, Stephen Bonacore. You have 1 point. Now we have 1 for Stephen Bonacore, 1 for Mr. Ekman, and Tom. Let me add this up real quick here. Nothing.
I'm ready, Coach.
All right, here we go. Mr. Tom Vassell.
I can't score a point on this one, right?
You cannot score. That is correct. So you will remain at nothing.
If you get it right on the head, right, you get points.
Oh, that's true. If I get it perfectly right.
If you get it exactly right, yeah, sure, I'll give you points for that.
Yes.
Sucker. You are a man that is known for his stature, both in about the world and his physical stature. So I have a question for you about stature. How tall is Mountain K2 in feet? You've been there many a time upon your thoroughbred.
Tom and I climbed K2. We decided not to go for Everest. It was
Everest is, it's for the commoners, really.
It's hackneyed, as you might say.
Right. You really want to go for K2.
You do. Tougher climb.
4,860.
4,000.
Did you say 4,860? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Tom, you are wrong. Okay.
Fair enough.
Feels bad how wrong you are.
It hurts.
No, I'm okay
it
with
hurts
that.
me right here how wrong you are.
The number is higher than that. It is more feet than that. We're going to go to Stephen Bonacore for the first guess.
Can't be much more than 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet. Mr. Ekman.
7,500.
All right, 7,500 feet.
All right. I'm sure it's no more than an even 10,000.
10,000 feet.
11,000.
12,000.
13.
14.
15.
16.
19.
20.
23,000.
24.
26,472.
27. What did you say? 26. 27.
28.
29.
30.
Call them.
I thought it was like 32,000.
It's 29,000. It's almost the same as Everest. They're within a couple hundred feet of each other, which is 29 and change. I don't know the exact number. It's 29.
So Everest, I don't have written down here, but it is 29 and change.
K2's taller.
Is slightly shorter. Is the second highest one. It is 28,248. Stephen, unfortunately, I'm talking to Bonacore here. You did back off, but you made one wrong guess before you did. All right, you went above 28,248. You made a 29,000 guess. So you only get 1 point.
How many points have they gotten so far?
Stephen Bonacore has 2. Ekman has 1. You, Tom, hold on. Let me add this up real quick.
No. But I don't understand. You said you only got 1 point. And how many do you normally get?
1. That's it. If you back off without ever having made a wrong guess, you get 2.
Got it. Okay.
I didn't realize that either until just now. Fine.
Yes.
He literally explained it earlier.
Yeah, but I literally forgot it now.
Stephen Ekman, you got another point for listening. No, that's all right. Bonacore 2, Ekman 1. We are back to Stephen Bonacore.
I'm also a subject matter expert in mountain heights. It's just another one of my many talents. Just
how about islands and such? I know you're known for buying up islands. So I have a question for you. How much does it cost to buy Round Island, Nova Scotia? To be fair, it's only 2.7 acres.
Wait, there's a place called Round Island in Nova Scotia, and it's on sale right now?
You can buy it. This data is a couple of years old. It's from 2020. You can buy this island. It is 2.7 acres. It's a small island, okay? It won't even fit all your vehicles, all your various Porsches and whatnot.
My little car there.
But how much does the island cost? Round Island, Nova Scotia, 2.7 acres.
Wow.
I'm trying to think, why would you want an island in Nova Scotia?
It's really cold, like really bad cold. And I'm gonna go with an island, huh? I'm gonna go with, and this is in U.S., not in Canadian, of course.
That is correct. Who would pay Canadian dollars for an island?
In Canada.
I will say that this is going to cost you $1.25 million US.
You are wrong, as Ekman is alluding to. The number is lower than that. And we are going to go to Stephen Ekman for the correct answer. Go ahead, sir.
The correct answer. I don't know, but I'll go down to $1 million.
Tom.
$1 million seems too round. Wow, though. I thought it would go higher than that.
It's nowhere near a round number.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, you know how they put real estate prices up there.
I'll say 865.
I will say 757,000.
That's almost like the cost of a house here in Miami. I'm going to say stop. I'm going to stop there.
You said 757,000?
Yes.
The cost to buy a Round Island, Nova Scotia a couple of years ago. It's tiny. It's $58,000, 647.
I'm buying it right now. Give me the link. I'm buying it.
It's less than Mr. Bonacor's vehicle.
Yes. Okay.
Therefore, Tom, you backed off. Mr. Ekman, you get a point for that.
Does it come with a house at least on it?
It's probably just a real barren, cold little spit of island. I didn't see any pictures, but I can suss out that that's what it's going to be.
I'm writing this down. I'm going to go take a look at it for future real estate investment.
I wonder if the taxes on.
Check it out. Yes. All right, Mr. Tom Vassell. Besides being a man of stature, you are a culinary genius. You really know your foods, your various spices and such. So I have a question for you. How much is a pound of saffron in the U.S.?
Like, how much does it cost?
That is correct. Not how much it weighs. What, are you kidding me? It's a pound.
In Canadian dollars.
How much does it weigh in grams?
Well, no, I didn't know if you meant volume or not.
Tom likes to measure his spices. When he goes to the store, he only pays in volume.
I don't think anyone buys in poundage for spices.
Well, you do if you cook for a large, wealthy family.
I don't know anything about saffron. I'm making
stuff up here. It's an expensive spice.
No, I got that. I'll say a pound of saffron is $2,700.
$2,700?
Yeah, that's correct. That's U.S. dollars, to be clear.
Not New Zealand dollars.
It hurts me how wrong you are. It physically pains me.
Well, then I succeeded.
It's less.
If you're feeling physical pain, I'm cool.
You're feeling physical illness, yes. It's lower than that. I don't even know what you said. $27,000 or something? What did you say?
2,700.
You said
2,700. Okay. Come on now.
$2,700. Yeah. Mr. Bonacor, school this young man.
I'm trying to think if I even have saffron at home.
That's actually a fairly good guess, I think. Saffron, I will say less about this so that I don't give it away to Mr. Ekman here, but I'm gonna say a pound of saffron. You're not gonna get it for less than, $2,200.
I mean, it is harvested by hand. They pull those little things off, right? That's what makes it expensive, but still not that much. I'm going to go down to, we'll go down to 1,200.
1,200.
We'll go to 1,100.
1,000.
900.
700.
600.
I feel that truffles are more expensive, and I feel like truffles are like $400 a pound. I'll go to 400.
All right, let me see here.
I'm gonna call him. It's over 400.
400. All right, here we go. Let me look up some information here because I'm a little concerned.
Oh. Those little canister, like when you buy saffron, you buy it in like a little thing. I remember my mother bought some once.
I know you do.
And
just remember your
and it weighed like
guesses there.
It weighed way less than an ounce, I think, or maybe it was an ounce of saffron. And I don't remember what it cost, but I remember her saying like, "We got saffron. This is gonna be fun." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, saffron, whatever."
But it's cheaper when you buy in volume, a whole pound of it.
If you buy a whole pound of it, obviously it's got to be at a discount.
All right. So what were your guesses, guys?
I said 400, and he called it.
Called him at 400.
And Tom, your original guess was 2,700, right?
That's correct.
All right. So per pound, saffron can cost $1,500.
Oh, wow. All right.
So you guys both went past it, solidly past it, but you did call him Ekman, right?
Yeah. Bonacor got it.
You are getting a point for that. Bonacor has 2. Tom.
No. I called him.
Oh, you called him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So Bonacor has 3. Mr. Ekman has 2. And
May I have
Tom,
a penny point for being closer than both of them?
you know what? I can do that. There you go. You have a
Yes.
All right.
Nobody pity points me ever.
So let me reset
Nobody pities
that.
me.
There we go. Bonacor 3. Tom, you have 1 unearned point in the words of Mike Delicio. And then Mr. Ekman has 2. All right. Tom Vassal, I asked you yours. Mr. Ekman. According to BGG, there is 1 listing of Catan 3D Collector's Edition currently on eBay. You go to the page on BGG, it shows you 1 listed on eBay right now. How much is it?
Catan 3D Collector's Edition. That's
this
the
the
new one
original
that
chest or the new one?
Yeah, that was my
Yes.
question. Because the new one you could just go to the store and buy, right?
I'll look
I
it up.
agree.
Again,
So gotta be
there's one listed on BGG. So I'm sorry, on eBay through BGG. So let me find it, okay, guys? And then we can
It's probably
Can
gone.
figure that
Somebody
out.
already bought it.
Can't get,
possibly.
can't get good help here.
It's from 2005.
Oh, so it's the old one. Okay. I'm going to say
Still there. I'm still seeing it right there.
eBay. Let's see. Do they take Bitcoin? Because then the price will be up. Let me say. I'm going to say $500.
$500. No, sir, you are wrong. It is more than that. What do you think this is? Mr. Tom Vassal, it's more than $500. How much is it?
I'm trying to remember how much it cost originally. I think it was 4, but I can't remember. I remember it was out of my range. Well, that means it was more than 50 at the time.
They placed it up very high. Couldn't
I'll say 555.
$555.
$650.
$650.
675.
$725.
Oh.
749.
$800.
Oh my.
It might be that high. See, eBay can have some ridiculous stuff. And the fact is, no one's bought it yet. So we'll say 888.
$888, yes.
$899.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're going up by ones now?
I went up by
$899
That was
11.
11,
penny.
technically.
It was 11, number one. And number two, it's a good number.
911.
No, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
$950.
Calling it.
The correct answer is $1,722.68.
It is not worth that amount.
No.
Don't buy it, folks.
Well, it is still sitting there, as you pointed out.
But
Tom, you just can't make points, can you?
Not
Bonacor,
today.
that's another point for you. You're at 4 right now. Ekman 2, Tom 1 unearned point.
Steven, maybe we should let him. Maybe we should let him get a point or two.
Back up to the top.
I thought we were
Mr.
teaming up against him.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Why mercy? No mercy.
Mr.
Sleep
Bonacor, your third and final question. As we already alluded to, you are indeed a well-versed person in vehicles and fancy brands. So my question to you is, when was Bentley founded? What year was Bentley founded?
Wow.
For all I know, you were there for this.
I don't even think I was born, but I don't know the answer to this question. So I'm sure I'm giving things away. Let's say that Bentley in 1953.
1953. Okay, well, two things. You're wrong. And it is older than that. Bentleys are older than that. Let's go to Mr. Ekman for the first older guess. Yes.
I have a quick question. And I know that there are people in the chat who are saying we know nothing and are stupid and dumb because we don't know rare trivia. But this one might be worse. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, a Bentley is a car brand.
Thank you.
It's a high-end car brand. It's
brand, yes.
One of the most expensive in the world. Probably. It's like Rolls-Royce, that category of expensive.
That's right. So I am going to say 1918.
All right.
I get extra points if I
I'll
never
call
am wrong, right?
Yeah, it's a good call there, Tom.
What did you say, Tom? He's wrong?
I had to go for the extra points.
I don't know. I just know that 1918 there wasn't many cars, period. So I'm calling it.
It was like Ford.
Hey, somebody, okay. We'll see.
The correct answer is 1919.
Ah!
Yes! I knew it!
Oh, Tom went from not knowing what a Bentley was to putting it right on the money. You were very close, Stephen. A little overzealous. So unfortunately,
Actually,
and I do mean unfortunately,
like 1930 or earlier, I would have called it. I don't know.
I unfortunately do have to give a point to Tom. And he is
Just
going
take away
to...
the asterisk.
No, I'm giving you a real point. You have one earned point, one unearned point. And it will haunt you for the rest of your life.
All right, fair enough.
All right, here we go. Next up. That's it for Bonacor. Tom, your final question. Longest book.
Doesn't he get 2 points because it was the first one or something like that?
You're right. You know what? He gets an extra.
I don't want to I need to give Tom extra points because
Stephen Ekman went over and Tom never did. That's
right.
An extra point. And you have 2 earned points, Tom.
You're welcome, Tom.
And I am taking away your unearned points. So you're still at 2.
And giving
Bonacor at some point.
Bonacor a point for honesty. No,
okay, calm down. What do you think this is? The Price is Right? No. You got 4, Bonacor. Tom 2, and somehow he tied up Stephen Ekman, who is a genius. But, we'll let that go. All right, your final question, Tom. The longest book written in English is Clarissa by Samuel Richardson, which was published in 1748. You with me so far?
Sure.
What is its word count?
Think about how many words are in today's big books.
I got Stephen King on speed dial if you want me to.
No. I know how many words are in like the fantasy novels I read, so it's got to be longer than those. We're gonna say 400. No, that might be too little. Hang on. Let's just go big.
Go big or go home.
1,000,000. We'll just do 1 all the way down. 1,111,111.
Okay, well, maybe not that big. You're wrong.
Okay.
It's smaller than that.
All right.
It's legible by human men. All right, we are going to go to
a million words would take a long time to write. That's for sure.
A lot of reading. Mr. Bonacor, it is less than 1,111,111.
It is. It's obviously 750,000 words.
750,000.
Ooh, let's see. I've never heard of this.
Before you go, Mr. Ekman, if you call him without making a wrong answer, you get 2 points. So you got to go for the win, not the tie. Whenever you call him, it's got to be at the right moment.
Can I call a friend to see if Eric Summer has made an audiobook of this?
Eric Summer would be the perfect person to call right now. That would be who you should call.
No, I had just okay, fine. I think it's less, but I'm going to call it and just say that you're wrong and that it's more. I think it's probably 600 something thousand, but I'm giving up. I'm calling it.
Kingmaker. The correct answer is 943.
Whoa!
I took Tom's advice.
Vassal, you've screwed me again.
So, Mr. Ekman, you have 2 points from that. Then
That's great.
you guys are tied at 4 points each. Unbelievable. All right, and then we've got the final question for you, Mr. Ekman. This is, of course, a Monopoly question. How much money is in a current printing of Monopoly?
I have read this, and I have no idea what the answer is. I have read this piece of trivia, but of course I can't remember it.
Hopefully you don't remember it.
No, I don't.
Tom sadly knows this, so this is not going to go well.
Tom is over there doing the math. Look at
No,
this guy.
he knows it.
No, I'm just thinking.
You're
he knows.
thinking about math.
He's now thinking how he's going to attempt to make me look bad, figuring
There
out,
we go.
giving me the wrong guess. Oh, it's all right. All right.
$14,385.
You are wrong, first and foremost. It is more money than that.
Too low.
More than 14,000. Whatever you said.
385. 14,385.
14,385.
Who goes?
And we are going to Tom for the first guess here. Mr. Tom Vassal. More than
Give me a second.
14,385.
Stop
Here
looking.
we go.
Stop, will you please?
Oh, you want to Google it?
This is, you're like not a good poker player. I can
Why are
see
you
the
looking
whole
at the comments right now?
He's looking at the comments.
We can
No, look
see
at
your
mine.
eyes.
What are you talking about?
You give him this poker like face thing. No.
If that's his poker face.
He knows
I'd rather
exactly.
play blackjack.
No,
He knows
I don't know.
exactly the number. He
I'll
knows the
say. I also heard this stat a while, but it's been a long time. I'll say, man, Hasbro, they'll probably drop the amount of money because they're cheap these days.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint.
32,400.
Okay,
No,
32,000.
I'm calling him right now. It's below that. I'm pretty sure. I think it's in the 20s.
I didn't know if they put 50 bills in or 40 bills of each.
Okay, so the amount in 2018, the amount went up, Tom. So they actually put more money in it now, and then you were printing after 2018.
Sorry for calling you cheap, Hasbro, but we all know it's true anyway. But continue.
The paper probably became worse quality, so that makes up for it.
Yeah.
But anyway, there is more money in it now. But it is not that much. It is 20,580. So Mr. Bonacor was indeed correct to call you. He gets 2 points for having never made a wrong guess, bringing him up to 6 big old points compared to 4 for Mr. Ekman, compared to 2 for you, Tom. Guys, that's beautiful symmetry. I love it. And unfortunately, Mr. Stephen Bonacor is the winner.
No.
Congratulations. It sickens me.
All
No
right.
end.
Well, thank you, Z, for the game. Congratulations to Bonacor for the win. And thank you, Mr. Ekman, for joining us today.
Thanks,
We really
I had
appreciate
fun.
it.
Thank you, Steve.
Right.
Folks, we'll be back in just a bit with the news. But first, we have these messages.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at WWF Wrestling Superstars. To play Wrestling Superstars is very easy. Each player will take a wrestler, put him on inside and outside. You roll both dice. You can choose one of those to move, either 3 or 2, so you'll move 2 in this space. If you roll doubles, tag team, or the favorite hold of the wrestler inside, which is listed right here, you will gain an additional favorite hold marker. Once you're in the ring, you can choose, Andre, my guy, I want to choose to fight Roddy Piper. Each of you will get the points listed, the strength listed from your tag team partners outside. Hogan will have 3, Stud will have 2, or you can use one of your favorite holds and your number is 5 instead of that number. Each player rolls a dice. You add that up to the strength of the wrestler or the 5 for the favorite hold. Whoever has the winner gets a pin marker. 3 pin markers, you win the match. Then you would switch places with the guy on the inside and outside. And once both of your wrestlers are able to get a match victory, you win the game. The game will be over, and you will be the tag team champions of the WWF. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a quasi-match. You're going to have a tag team wrestler on the outside, sort of, not really, and then you're going to switch spots and fight. Does this ever happen in wrestling? I don't think this has ever happened in wrestling, where you have two guys, one guy in the ring fights, and then the other guy switch spots and he fights, and you have to get a number of falls. 3? Is it referee going 1, 2, 3? Or is it 3 falls? It's very confusing what you're doing in here. It's also not very interesting. A lot of things are determined by just a 6-sided die roll. There's a little bit of interest in the wrestlers. They do have different moves or different spots we'll give them, but in regards to the difference between the big boot and the leg drop, there's no difference between the bear hug and the claw. So it doesn't really bring in like submission moves and the kind of the storylines and what you're looking for in the wrestling world. It's a straight up dice chucker, but it does have Andre the Giant. So no matter what you think about this game and how terrible it is, it does have Andre the Giant. So it can't be that bad after all, right?
Hey there everyone, it's Jen the Board Game Librarian, flipping some pages and pushing some cubes in my segment From the Page to the Table, where I pair books and board games together that share a common theme. And sometimes, like today, I talk about a book that is about board games. Ooh. Coming soon to Kickstarter is a book by one of us. It's Board Game Day by Ambi Valdez and Rachel Kramer. Ambi, we all know from here on the Dice Tower, and so many folks know Rachel from their very popular webcomic that they do, Semi-Co-op. They've teamed up together to create Board Game Day, which is a board book for children. And it's got these super cute animals. Rachel's illustrations are just so adorable and amazing. And kind of their board game day. They're animals sitting down, getting together, playing some board games. It's a rhyming board book and something that Ambi had created when her 2 twin, now toddlers, were smaller, kind of in a way to showcase her love for board games and by telling them a story as well, too. We all know Ambi is so creative. We all know her from her kind of, her musical parodies that she does. So it's really great seeing two folks who are so creative team up and create something that's so cute. And I know nothing else like this in library land and book land that is like this, that focuses on board games, does it in a cute and interesting way that children would be able to appreciate it. So that is headed to Kickstarter, and make sure you check it out and support Ambi and Rachel and this super fun and awesome venture that they're doing together. That's all for this week, friends. Happy breakfast.
All right, folks, not a ton of news this week, but that's because we overloaded you with news last week. If you missed the Dice Tower mega announcement video, go back and watch it. There is so many cool things that were announced in that video. But that doesn't mean there's no news, so let's get started here. The week before Gen Con, North Star announces a rebranding, a new direction, and new logo. That's the new logo there, which is done by, I think, Dan May, because he's from Quill-Silver Studio, and he's talking about it here in the press release they released. So North Star's basically saying they're rebranding to do hobby gamers. This is a change in the past, as they have done a lot of basically kind of mass market. Their biggest seller, I think, was Happy Salmon, which they sold to Exploding Kittens Company. They also had the popular Wits and Wagers, Say Anything. And then Evolution was a popular game, but I don't even know if they have Evolution anymore. Their only game that I know that they have right now for sure is the one that just came out, which was the
Painting the Roses.
Yeah, Painting the Roses. I do think it's a little odd that they're announcing that their focus is hobby gamers. I get that, but that's, for us, that's still fairly generic. Mm-hmm. You know, it just means they're not focusing on mass market games anymore. So I don't know.
Well, I got to give you this one goes a little deeper than what the words in this press release say. They haven't been doing well for a long time, and they have basically just sold off or licensed off all of their big stuff to continue to have a revenue stream so that Dominic can now just focus on designing games and putting out game designs for hobby gamers. I think that's sort of how this really comes out to me. So I'm happy that he's going to be doing the things he did, that he loves to do, and doing less of the things that he doesn't like to do, which is kind of managing a company. He had his partner, Satish, doing that for a while, who passed away. So I wish him well in this kind of new direction for the company, and I hope it brings back North Star to kind of that brand that it kind of was when Wits and Wagers and Say Anything we're making tons of money for them. Now they're pushing them off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of pushing things off to the side, Pine Box Entertainment has grabbed a couple things that AEG has pushed off to the side, and that's Doomtown and 7th Sea. When collectible card games came into their heyday in the mid-90s, these were two that came out, and these both reveled in their complexity. I remember buying 7th Sea because I was excited about pirates, and I could barely understand how to play it. I'm not sure anyone in the world has played it correctly. Doomtown had a re-release from AEG, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and that one is... They released it as a living card game for about 2 days until Fantasy Flight told them they could not say that. So they called it something else then. But it was basically the same thing as a living card game. It did not do particularly well. Right. Neither of these did. So, I mean, I'm a little excited about this, I guess. But both of these, I would need to see some major streamlining before I touch them with a 10-foot pole. Because they're both very esoteric, very weird games. Not the themes. The themes are both cool. I love the themes, but the games are weird. Have you played either, Z?
I've played both. Yeah. 7th Sea. I am interested. Much like you, I had some starters and I had some, booster packs back in the day. It's very complex. It's got a great piratey theme, but there's a lot going on. So we'll see. I'm more interested in that one of the two, and I think it's merely because it's been gone for a longer time. Doomtown has had, like you said, a bit of a resurgence not too long ago. 7th Sea, it's been gone for a while.
I think AEG was going to do 7th Sea if Doomtown reboot did well, and then it did not particularly do well. So
right. So yeah,
also AEG seems to be out of the card game business because they also got rid of their big one. They sold to the FFG, the Legends of the Five Ring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Gale Force 9, who one of the biggest companies to do games based on IPs, and also Doctor Who. They got Doctor Who: Time of the Daleks, and they're also going to bring out Doctor Who Nemesis. That's going to make you one of the bad guys. So I see on the front cover there the Weeping Angels, the Daleks, the Cybermen, and a guy in a red suit coat.
Some sort of magician. Magician Joe, they call him.
I don't know who that person is off the top of my head. Maybe he's in the... I have not watched the last couple seasons of Doctor Who, all of them. So maybe I don't know. Maybe he's someone I'm forgetting. Maybe someone in chat will tell us. Anyway, I like the idea of playing bad guys, although that sounds a little like villainous, right?
Yeah, they couldn't quite call this Doctor Who villainous, so I guess Nemesis.
They had to use it different. I'm one of those people who a big science fiction fan, but I am not a Whovian at all. So sadly, this doesn't strike true for me.
I was watching a couple days ago an old episode of Doctor Who with Tom Baker, and while the special effects weren't particularly good at all, and that's being very generous. Oh, that's the Master. That must be an incarnation of him I haven't seen. Anyway, I thought the plot line stood up pretty well from this. It was like from the 70s, the episode I was watching. So
I've always found the original stuff just unwatchable due to the special effects. But I just hear that the new stuff is good and I should give it a shot, and it's just backburnered to me. I will try it at some point.
I'm showing it to my kids, actually, the new seasons, and everyone's enjoying it. Oh, okay. All right. Funko is bringing 8-bit Disney to tabletop gaming. So this is a game called Disney Kingdomania. It's going to come in game balls, just like the garbage Marvel one that I hate with all my heart. because it's such a trash game.
You
Tell us how you
don't
really
like
feel.
it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not a fan. Okay.
Not a fan.
Delicio and Roy like it, so go figure.
Man,
I think they like.
exquisite
I think
taste.
Mike Delicio likes to collect because they're cute. He has them on his desk, but I don't know if he likes the game necessarily.
The game is just roll a die and see if you succeed. Anyway.
Oh, that does sound like a Delicio game. Never mind.
Anyway, this is cool, although it's like combining a lot of things I don't like 8-bit, Disney chibi. Maybe it's a good game, I hope, but we'll see.
You don't like cute things, apparently.
I don't think 8-bit makes something cute.
Oh, it does. It does.
All right. In our next oddly named game news piece, we have Planet B, which is not being produced by Plan B Games, which I would have done, but it's Planet B. That cover's not. The picture looks nice. That's just weird.
That cover
centering.
definitely looks like placeholder artwork, doesn't it?
I think the art's fine. It's that the title is weird. They just like
Well, the whole
slapped it in
thing.
the middle.
It looks like there should be in the corner. It should say, not final. A little asterisk and not final. That's what that cover looks like to me.
I disagree. It's okay. I mean, I like. You know what? This thing said to me when I saw Hansum Gluck, major Euro game company, doing a science fiction game, heavily science fiction. I just thought, I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to check this out. And this is an Essen release, I assume. So yes, I will stop by their booth and check this out.
I don't think this is a sci-fi themed game, actually. Because
no, it is. It is somewhat sci-fi.
Right. It's actually a Plan B. It's the next planet you're sending people to, but then you're just on the planet. You have worker placement spaces, put workers on cards, take the actions, flip cards, bonuses go to player finish the card. So it might be a great game. Who's the designer?
Says it on top.
Natter.
Oh no.
I don't know who that is.
Don't know.
I will say though, Tom, if you are on a planet that is not Earth and you got there without magic, it's a sci-fi game.
Yeah, it's kind of.
No. I understand that, but that's if I said, let's say we're playing a game about designing a house, and the house was set on a different planet. I could just say that. Right, but that doesn't mean the game feels sci-fi, is what I'm saying.
Well, we'll see.
I disagree. Have you ever played Everdell? That takes place on Mars.
Okay,
Sci-fi.
so Bombix, who I believe will be at Gen Con for the first time next week. Anyway, they have, it does say that right in here. And these are their games they're releasing. Sea Salt and Paper. I almost said Pepper. And Look at the Stars. I love the artwork for the Paper game.
These are both, by the way, going to be demoed there, and they are Spiel releases, okay? So they will be at Gen Con.
I see what you're saying, okay.
They're showing them off. You can get them at at Essen in a couple months after that. Yeah, one of these is co-designed by Bruno Catala, so I was kind of interested in that. It does seem like a very small little card game. I saw a little bit of it. There was a video I found with designer Catala explaining it a little bit in French, so I didn't really understand what was going on, but it didn't seem like there was much to the game. And that cover's a little weird. The origami look is interesting, not necessarily captivating to me. The other one, I agree. I like the look. I think the photography isn't doing it any favors. I think the other one looks really neat. The Look at the Stars.
I like salt. I like the sea salt and paper look. That's interesting. It's just interesting look, and it's coming. That's what the game is about on some level, I'm sure.
Speaking of salt, we should take a look at bacon, because bacon's always good for the soul. Anyway, let's take a look at our next game, which is Dice Hunters of Therion. This is from Richard Garfield and Amigo, and he already did a game with them called Carnival of Monsters, and I believe this is a dice version of that game. I don't know. This has animals wearing outfits, so it can't be the same universe. I'm not really sure.
It's a science fiction.
It's fantasy.
Not loving this cover. I do like Richard Garfield's games for the most part, though. I think he has more hits than misses, with me anyway. So I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Yeah, this is a wait and see for me.
More anthropomorphic animals. Gotta like it.
All right, did you think Smash Up was gone? Ha ha ha, you fool. Smash Up's 10th anniversary set come out. This is the reason that AEG doesn't have any of those CCGs anymore, because Smash Up is also known as Money Up. Smash Up, the 10th anniversary is coming out with 4 new factions: Mermaids, Skeletons, World Champs, and I'm actually not sure what the 4th one is here.
I'm seeing a little
Sheep.
girl.
Sheep is the fourth. Oh, Sheep is in it.
Sheep. Oh, that
Sheep
looks
was
great.
one that you could originally email them and get somehow as a promo. It also has
Email.
Titans, which work with their expansion. I had Giant Titans before, which is fun, and a bunch of other stuff in there, including a 10th anniversary art book. I don't know if I care about that, but it's $50. So this is a bigger version. Oh, it's the core game now. So that's something different. They haven't done a core game since the first one. Well, other than they're working with USopoly to make the themed ones. There's a Munchkin, there's a Disney, there's a Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this. So that's cool. I think having a new version of the base game once in a while is always good, because it helps build the core, and you can still buy it as an expansion.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I'm sure you're right, but this being a new jumping on core box, because their bench is so deep, you end up with 4 or whatever factions that are so esoteric. You know what I mean? If this was my first exposure to this, I'd be thrown off. I'm like, okay, one of the factions is sheep, and then some people playing soccer. Give me something more middle of the road, like robots and vampires, but they did that. You see what I'm saying?
You're a vanilla kind of guy. I like the sheep.
No. I think this is a weird jumping on point if you've played
I
nothing
agree on
else.
that, Z, but I do also wonder, this is a small version, because the original one came with 8 factions.
Mm-hmm.
This one only has 4.
Okay, maybe, right. Then if it's
And
cheaper,
Skeletons actually, I think, is I think that one works, and having skeleton sheep is funny. I do wonder, though, it says it's for 2 to 4 players. I don't know how you can do that with 4 factions.
How many do you need?
Well, it's Smash Up. You need 2 factions to make a deck.
You said it was Money Up. You're changing your tune.
I don't know. I'll look at it it's being released in October, but I'll look at it at Gen Con.
All right.
All right, speaking of money, WizKids. I always get them mixed up. WizKids has found a hit with their Super Skill Pinball game, and so they are going to retheme it 100 million times over. We've already seen Star Trek, and now there's other ones that are behind the scenes. Now we have the holiday special featuring classic Christmas movies here. We got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Elf. Great movies. Is there just 3?
I think it looks like it's just those 3, right? Yeah, that's neat. I mean, it's cool that they can put out new pinball tables, basically, is what these are.
Right.
And you can then play on those.
It's a phenomenal system. Jeff hit this out of the park, and he just has more and more ideas. He just he's shown me about what he's doing. This is like so good, and it just works. This whole thing just works so well.
I'm going to be waiting for the big box version, which will come in an actual pinball cabinet.
10th anniversary edition.
It's got to happen. I think it has to happen.
Alrighty, in news that I don't get, but I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about, Spirit Island Studio, Greater Than Games, they're known for Spirit Island, they're going to be making a board game set in the Homestar Runner universe. I'll be very cautious with my comments here because I don't understand or get the Homestar universe, but I know it has a lot of fans. It's a social deduction game, so I'm less excited also.
I don't know the universe at all.
This is Strong Bad? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Homestar Runner universe.
Okay. Okay.
Don't get mad. I know in the comments people are like, "How could they not know?" Look. This was an early internet phenomenon, and it's just one I never really got into.
I mean, I'm aware of Strong Bad, and I've seen like one or two of his little videos, but I didn't realize this was a universe.
Yeah, there's like a whole website. I haven't heard much about it in the past several years. I mean, I guess it still probably exists.
I mean, there is that Trogdor board game. I know that's from this.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But there's not a lot of crossover there, so I guess this is another one using this theme. Yeah.
All right. Finally, and this is exciting news, Horizons of Spirit Island is coming out. This is neat because this is a redone version of Spirit Island that's going to be going to Target. So this is essentially Jaws of the Lion as Gloomhaven to Gloomhaven. That's what this is. This is a simpler, more streamlined version of Spirit Island, but the factions in this, the different spirits in this, are compatible and will work in regular Spirit Island. That's fantastic. I'm excited about this.
This is cool.
Yeah, that seems neat. I'll give this a try. Spirit Island for me is a little on the complex side. I find it grindy. To be fair, I also haven't played in a while, except digitally. I did play the digital one. But if this is streamlining it, if they are shooting for that target audience, hey, I shop at Target. I'm the target audience. I'll give this a try. I'll pick up some deodorant.
Yeah, they're doing an expansion. They're doing an expansion for Spirit Island. It's going to be on BackerKit, the crowdfunding in October. So there's that. So if you're looking for an expansion, but this is also coming out too. So I don't know. I think this would be a good revisiting of the game for us when it comes out.
I agree with that. Yeah, I'll give it a go. See if I am as stupid as everyone seems to tell me I am.
Oh, well, I didn't want to say that, but.
Well, anyway, folks, that is the news.
Hi, everybody. I'm Doug Jr., and you're watching a Fellowship of Meeples with Doug and Doug Gaming. And we're still counting down my top 10 favorite games of all time. And today is number 8, and that is Splendor. That's right, Splendor, one of my favorite games of all time. Yes, it's a simple game. Yes, it's a gateway game. And yes, it's one of my favorites because of my experiences with this game. So during this game, you're going to be taking these tokens which represent different colored gems. With these tokens, you'll be able to purchase development cards. Now, these development cards sometimes will have prestige points on them, and that's how you're going to win the game. If you reach 15 or more before anybody else, you'll win the game. So these development cards also represent a different colored gem. And this is a gem that you can spend over and over again without having to give up your card. And so it will help you to afford higher and higher value development cards. Also, you can reserve a card by just taking the card and also taking one of these gold tokens. This gold token is a wild token. It can represent any colored token you want it to. There are also nobles which can come visit you if you have enough development cards to meet their criteria, and they will also give you prestige points. So as I said, it's a simple game, but it's easy to learn, easy to teach, and it's just a lot of fun. You don't have to worry about too many rules. You can just focus on your strategy, focus on getting those development cards, getting those tokens, and doing what you need to do to win. Hey, thanks so much for watching a Fellowship of Meeples. I'll see you next time with my number 7 favorite game, which is a co-op game. Can you guess what it is? Hey, we'll see you next time on Board Game Breakfast.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella here from Meeple University. A few games that we played recently took us by surprise, in a good way. And one of them is Wormholes.
Yeah, Wormholes had a very interesting and quite new feeling take on route building.
Yeah.
It was probably, I think the nearest thing I could compare it to would be on the Underground.
Oh, right, yes.
With the way that you can build routes but then use them as point-to-point movement. and I really enjoyed it. It was, it came out in quite a different way. It was very quick playing.
It's not usually the art is normal. Like it's not like you were like, oh wow. Well, if you like sci-fi planets, probably yes, it's quite good. But it is, and the first few turns, like it feels a bit slow because you only have 3 turns. You can move 1 per turn. But then it escalates really quickly once you are able to build wormholes, which lets you jump from one location to another really quickly and lets you use other people's wormholes, they get a point, or they can use your wormholes, you get a point. And that's actually a good point generation if you get wormholes in the strategic location. And the idea is to deliver passengers. You draw cards, you get the passengers, you need to go to that planet to deliver the passengers and get points.
Indeed.
The set collections as well?
There's a few different ways of getting points with sets, so that you have to diversify around the galaxy. So yeah, very quick playing, but a good bit of fun.
Yeah, it looks like that. And that's Wormholes. That's by AEG. It's one of their new releases, and their games has been pretty good lately.
Indeed.
So that's it. And thanks for watching. Bye.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching another Board Game Breakfast. We will be doing another live thing today at 1 o'clock, so just a few hours away, where we'll be. Is that today? That is today.
That is today,
We're taking
Tom.
a look at all the Gen Con stuff coming out, and we'll be giving thoughts on that. So we'll see you then. And then tomorrow morning, me and Chris are doing another deep dive into stats, where we'll be taking a look at the stats from the Dice Tower East. All the games checked out. We'll tell you which games got checked out the most, which games didn't get checked out at all. And we're going to go through all 2,000. No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, do it. Do it. You guys are such nerds.
We are. It's going to be a nerd heaven. That's tomorrow morning. Right. So that's it, folks. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Stephen Bonacore.
Have fun watching Homestar, I guess. I don't know.